Hey y'all, today I'm deviating from my normally scheduled program to bring you some smoked meat, specifically poor man's burnt ends. I know I'm usually known for my baking, but I can cook too, y'all. I've been cooking for my extended family for many, many years, and while baking is my favorite, I enjoy especially grilling and smoking. So if you have any requests, just leave a comment and I'll add them to my list. So let me tell you about these little nuggets of heaven. They're made with a chuck roast instead of the usual brisket or pork butt, and they are seriously one of the most addictive things I've ever eaten. I just had to share them with y'all because they're so easy to make, you won't believe it, and they're so incredibly good, y'all. So let's get into it and I'll show you how they're done. I've got a chuck roast here that's a little over 2 pounds, and I'm going to sprinkle it with some grilling seasoning. I've been really liking this Kinder's brand. I see it all over the place now, and it's gluten-free, and they have so many different flavors and varieties. I use their all-purpose meat and fish seasoning, I think it's called, and I use it all the time on chicken and fish that I'll just like saute up real quick. And it's a quick and simple like dinner recipe that can go with, some kind of veggie and potato or rice or whatever. And we just absolutely love it. Now, make sure you coat all the sides of the roast. If you don't have a smoker, you can turn your grill into one easily. I did it for years before I got my pellet grill. So just Google it and you'll find all kinds of info on how to do that. If you don't have a pellet grill or any kind of smoker, most likely you'll need to soak some wood chips in water at least like 30 minutes or so before starting. So factor that into your time. All right, this looks pretty good, so let's go put it on the smoker. I've got my smoker set for 250 Fahrenheit, and I'll just put this on the top rack and close the lid, and I'll see y'all back here in a couple of hours. Okay, y'all, it's been about 3 hours, and if you can see this fat, it's yellow, and it's starting to render, and this is when it gets really soft. And when I know it's time to wrap the meat, you can also temp it for about 160 to 170 degrees. That's when the stall is, and that's when most everybody wraps their meat. I'm using foil this time, but you can also use butcher paper if you have it. And I'll just wrap it in a nice little package here. I'll put this back on the smoker for another hour and check it at that time. I'll be looking for a temp at that time of a little over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, y'all, this temped at 203. And when I put the probe through the foil, there was no resistance whatsoever. It slid right through like butter. So I'm going to unwrap this and actually let it sit here for just about 15 to 20 minutes. Just because if I go to cut this into chunks right now, they'll all just fall apart and it will be incredibly hard to do. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so let's cut this up into chunks. Ooh, see that smoke ring? I just love it when I get the smoke ring. It lets me know that I've done something right as far as smoking meat. It's still a little hard to cut though, because it really wants to fall apart. So just do your best or leave it sit for a little bit longer, like maybe 15 minutes more. I'm going to just persevere here. Your pieces can be as big or as small as you'd like. I like some larger pieces and some smaller pieces, so everyone gets what they want. The smaller pieces tend to get more like caramelized, so that's kind of what I gravitate towards. I've got a little disposable foil pan here, and I'll just get all of the pieces in there. As much as I want to try this right now, I'm going to wait for the full effect, y'all. But it smells so good. And now I'm going to add all the goodies to it. So I've got roughly 4 tablespoons or like 56 grams of butter that I'll just cut into chunks and scatter on top. Doesn't have to be exact. And then I've got the same Kinder's brand of barbecue sauce here. You could also use a homemade sauce like my orange barbecue sauce that's so good I could literally drink it. Not admitting that I have or anything. Oh, maybe I did. Just 3 to 4 squirts is all you need, or however much you really want. And then I'll add some brown sugar, maybe a couple tablespoons or so. I don't tend to measure when I'm doing this. I just kind of throw everything together. A little more of the seasoning. I'll toss this all together. I'm actually going to add a few more squirts of the sauce. I want it to be a little more saucy than this. There, that looks good. I'll get this back on the smoker for another hour, y'all. Y'all, come on. These smell so good. My dog's been following my every move, just waiting to see if anything will drop so he can snatch it up. Sorry, boy, it ain't happening. I'm just tossing everything together. They are perfectly caramelized. So let me see which piece I really want to try. This one's small enough. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even begin to describe how wonderful these are. I don't think you could tell it's not brisket. And it's just a cheaper alternative. They're sticky, they're slightly sweet, they're definitely smoky, and they are delicious. You have got to try these, y'all. Enjoy.